The sea, a source of life and inspiration. Its waves wash across the shores of Klaipeda, Lithuania's only port. Klaipeda is the fastest growing port in the Baltic Sea region. It also builds a vibrant, safe and reliable life and environment for the city's residents. With the approval of Mindaugas, the Grand Duke of Lithuania, in 1252 the castle of Memel was built. In the small port, established adjacent to this castle, merchant boats from Western Europe used to moor. This was how the port of Klaipeda came into being. During the 18th century, the first timber trade company was established in Klaipeda. Since then, the port has become the best known timber trading port on the Baltic Sea and can accommodate over 300 boats at a time. In 1919, after Germany's defeat in World War I, according to the Treaty of Versailles, Klaipeda port was handed over to the Entente Alliance countries. 5 years later, the management of Klaipeda port was handed over to the Lithuanian Port Directorate. Klaipeda port had flourished during the interwar period. When new quays were constructed, various marine business companies were established and shipping activity was developed. After World War II, the Soviet Navy established itself in the port. During the Soviet period, 3 different ports operated in Klaipeda: Klaipeda Commercial Seaport, Nemunas Shipping Port, and a very large and significant Klaipeda River and Fishing Port. The International Ferry Terminal, the construction of which ended in 1986, served at that time the largest rail ferries in the world. In 1991, when Lithuania regained its independence, the state enterprise Klaipeda Port Authority was established. Since that time, Klaipeda has been a state port. In 1996, its insightful legislation, the Port Act, was adopted, which provided that the port land, port waters, hydrotechnical installations, navigational routes and channels, quays and other infrastructural objects belong to the state and cannot be privatized. Klaipeda Port Authority controls and develops these objects. Among its main functions are the lease state-owned port land, navigation safety, construction and reconstruction of quays, and the dredging of the port waters. On behalf of the state, Klaipeda Port Authority implements state maritime policy and carries out the efficient management and systematic development of the port. Klaipeda, a cradle of maritime culture. Lithuania's gateway to the world, Klaipeda Port builds and maintains economic welfare for the region and engenders a marine cultural spirit for the city. The port is also a catalyst of the city's social well-being. Culture, arts and sports all thrive here. More than 800 different types of companies employing over 23,000 people are engaged in port activities, thereby contributing to 5% of the country's GDP. Even more, the port creates approximately 185,000 indirect jobs. Thus, the port activity alone and its indirectly related business shared generate about 16% of Lithuania's gross domestic product. No less important is the port's contribution to the city's infrastructure, where it helps to construct streets and restore eroded beaches. Klaipeda city is rapidly gaining popularity among local and foreign guests. Today's Klaipeda is known for its fachwerk-style old town, the sizable Lithuanian Sea Museum, a treasure of the Klaipeda region, the Curonian Spit, a place of unique nature and ancient local culture, is included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. Cruise shipping in Klaipeda port started to considerably develop since 2003, when Cruise Vessel Terminal, close to the city centre, was constructed. The terminal covers an area of 1.2 hectares. It can accommodate cruise liners with the length of 315 metres, the width of 45 metres, and the draft of 8.5 metres. Klaipeda receives about 50 cruise calls and 35,000 cruise passengers annually. A significant driving force of the city's maritime tourism is the large and modern castle marina, located in the historical Klaipeda castle site. Over 250 yachts and small pleasure crafts can be moored at the moats of the fortress remains. Striving to even more expand to the maritime tourism, the second marina is being built in Klaipeda. Constructed in the southern part of the port, beyond the existing navigation channel, it will assure the safe navigation for small boats going to the Curonian Lagoon, and they will avoid crossing the intensive navigation channel and the ferry turning location.
Klaipeda Port shapes the city's maritime traditions. It is a Maecenas sponsor and the organizer of numerous events and projects.
The port community hosts the long-standing and massive annual sea festival, tall ship races, regattas, boat parades. For over a decade already, the port organises a unique international running competition, the Amber Nautical Mile, which attracts a large number of amateur and professional runners. Maritime events and festivals hosted by the port are an exclusive gift for the local community and the city's guests. For those who want to see the port's daily routine and to get intangible touch to its activity, Klaipeda Port Authority offers free boat tours, which are extremely popular among the city's residents and guests. Not only is the local community a concern of the port, but foreign seamen can also find a cosy home here. The Seafarers Centre, providing all the services and help, has been operating here for over 50 years.
Through this tight partnership of city and port, a key of their common achievements, Klaipeda consolidates and enriches, inspires and unifies the maritime and local communities. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year round. It is Klaipeda, Lithuania's largest and most important transport hub, which connects sea and land routes from the east and the west. Klaipeda is a northernmost ice-free port on the eastern coast of the Baltic Sea. This assures uninterrupted navigation and cargo handling.
Thanks to shortest hinterland distances, it's also attractive for transit cargo from Eastern Europe to Scandinavia and other Western European countries.
Klaipeda Port is a hub in the International 9th B corridor.
From here, major shipping lines connect the countries to the ports in Western Europe, Southeast Asia and America. The annual capacity of the multi-purpose deepwater port is over 52 million tons of cargo. A large number of stevedoring, shipping, shipbuilding, ship repair, agency and forwarding companies work and provide all maritime business and cargo related services. Klaipeda is a deepwater port. The depth of its entrance channel is 15 meters and navigation channel 14.5 meters deep. The port can accommodate large tonnage vessels. Well-developed hinterland transportation, the catalyst of successful port activity. The port boasts having excellent port railway connections. Container rail Viking connects Klaipeda port with the Black Sea region, the ports of Odessa and Ilyichovsk. Container train Mercury with Russia's capital city Moscow. The latest project, the train Sun, links Klaipeda with China, with Chongqing city. The port is deservedly proud of its state-of-the-art information system KIPIS, which ensures the exchange of electronic data among shipping business stakeholders during cargo handling procedures. The port territory extends nearly 500 hectares, while the port covers an area of 897 hectares. Quay walls span 27 kilometers and railways 100 kilometers. "33 specialized terminals operate in the port. 2 terminals each for liquid fertilizers, containers, ro-ro, frozen foods and agricultural products. 3 each for bulk fertilizers, oil products and timber. 4 terminals for other liquid cargo, and 5 terminals for other general and bulk products. The Klaipeda Free Economic Zone, which has been operating successfully for more than 10 years, contributes significantly to the economic growth of the region. For investors and businesses established here, the industrial land plots are provided with newly built infrastructure.
The constant growth of cargo volumes, intensified navigation, larger vessel tonnage, and an increasing number of vessels arriving at the port require the implementation of long-term port expansion projects.
Striving to increase its maritime business competitiveness, the country requires the expansion of port or the construction of a new one. In 2001, an important decision was taken to construct the new port close to the Buttinga settlement, 35 kilometers north of Klaipeda. The annual capacity of the new Buttinga port is planned over 60 million tons. The first terminals of the Buttinga port should begin operating around 2020. In order to even more increase cargo volumes, additional cargo-related services such as storage, packaging, sorting, marking are being developed and expanded. The modern and large Klaipeda Public Logistics Centre, which will contribute to the added value of the port, will be constructed by 2014 in adjacency to the port in the southern part of Klaipeda. To the growth of maritime tourism will contribute Klaipeda Passenger and Cargo Terminal. The terminal, currently under construction, will ensure high-quality services for cruise ships and passenger ferries. It will accommodate 3 vessels at a time. At the same time, the largest port dredging operations are being carried out. Nearly 4.5 million cubic meters of soil will be excavated throughout the 12-month project span. The central part of the port will be dredged up to 14.5 meters. Navigation channel and tuning basins will be widened and deepened, and increased water depths will allow the port to accommodate 60,000-ton ships, thus boosting their cargo volumes and strengthening port competitiveness.
Ambitious development plans guarantee the future forwardness for steady and ever-growing port operations and competitiveness. Klaipeda Port, vigorous in its activities and innovations, for world shipping markets and your demands. Committed to serving, it is a port which meets your expectations. In winter and summer, for leisure and business, for locals and visitors, for the city and the country, modern and historic, this is Klaipeda, our port and yours.